Okay.
1 second, please.
The book is The Electric
1 second, please. 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's time for Grandma Reads a Story, and this program is a joint program with the foster grandparents program of Oakland County, sponsored by Catholic Charities of Southeastern Michigan and the Pontiac Public Library. So today we have Grandma Janet, and so happy to see you today, and she's going to be reading a couple of stories. So take it away, Grandma Janet.
Okay, our story today is The Electric Slide and Kai by Kelly J. Baptist, illustrated by Darnell Johnson. For Micaiah, my sweet Kai, you inspired this book because you never gave up on trying to stroll with the AKAs, the also known as middle to middle, KJB. That's the author saying that. To my firstborn son, Quinn Yar Johnson, know that you were created by love and have a unique purpose that will impact the world. What you have to offer is needed and valued. Love you, son. DJ. Well, it's about time, Mama says, waving a fancy paper in the air. What is it, Mama, I ask. This, Mama says, is a wedding invitation. Who's getting married? Asks my big sister, Mila. Annie Nina, Mama says. To Mr. Troy? Asks my little sister, Ava. Yes, ma'am, Mama says. We all like Mr. Troy. He and Annie Nina have been together forever. Mama says that each of us will have a part in the wedding. Ava will be a flower girl and Milo will be a junior bridesmaid. My older brother DJ and I will carry the rings. That's cool, DJ says, but all I know is that I'll be tearing up the dance floor at the reception. That's right, DJ Brew, Daddy says, calling DJ by the nickname Granddad gave him. In the Donovan family, everyone has a dance nickname except me. So you can see how he's kind of dreading all this, and he doesn't feel like he can go and dance like the rest of the people or have a good time. So he's feeling pretty bad. I'm a terrible dancer. I can never get my moves right. At our family reunion last year, I tripped and knocked over my little cousin during the electric slide. That's our family's favorite dance. Everyone was upset because they had to stop the music and make sure we were okay. After that, I sat at a table while everyone else danced. When dinner is finished, DJ goes into the living room and turns on some music. Everybody forgets that it's his turn to wash the dishes and they follow him. Mama and Daddy don't even look at their feet when they move, right, left, backward, forward. Mila does a dip, smacks the floor, and still stays on beat with everyone else. Daddy calls, come on, Cal. Jump in this electric slide. But I shake my head. I'd probably mess up everything. At that time, I asked Mama, are you sure I belong to this family? Of course you do. She gives me a big kiss. You are the special Kai part of our family. But I can't dance, I say. Baby, you're as much a part of the Donovan family as anyone. You've got your own rhythm, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mama's words sound nice, and her hug is warm, but I don't want my own rhythm. I want the one everyone else has. How else will I get my dance nickname? In the morning, I wake up with a plan. I make a deal with Mila, who's the best dancer in our family. Granddad gave her the nickname Miss Boogie. I'll wash dishes for a week if you teach me how to dance, I say. This could be pretty hard, Mila says. How about 2 weeks? I sigh, okay, deal. First things first, you gotta feel the beat, Mila says, turning on some music. Right, right, left, left, then back. I try to follow Mila's feet. Right, right, left, left. Wait, what? I trip over my feet and fall down. Yikes, says Mila. Maybe we should take a break. The rest of the week is exactly the same. Mila shows me the steps and I practice them in my room after I wash millions of dishes. No, what are you doing? DJ asks one night, watching me from the doorway. I'm practicing, I tell him. Mila showed me. Stop, DJ says. Mila showed you the steps, but you gotta come to DJ Groove for that special sauce. Special sauce? Yeah, DJ says. You have to put your own groove on it, Kai. What's your special move? I shrug, but then I wiggle my shoulders. DJ nods. That's cool, but check this out, he says, spinning and dropping to the floor. Now you try that. I do try, but the spin makes me dizzy. DJ shakes his head. Just keep practicing, he says, leaving my room.
Special sauce. Okay.
So as time goes on, he's practicing. I practice day after day, he says. Even Daddy helps me, stepping with me so I can get the turns right. My dancing's getting better, but I'm still not as good as everyone else in the family. One month passes, then 2. Soon we're packing up to go to the wedding. It's a long drive, so I make a deal with DJ to watch dance videos on his phone. Right there.
Wow, he's not giving up. Got some ideas.
When we finally get to Grandma and Grandpa's house, I'm both excited and nervous. I really want Granddad to give me a dance nickname. Hey, baby bounce, Granddad says, pinching Ava's cheek right here. And how's Miss Boogie, he says, grinning at Mila. Granddad shakes DJ's hand. Look how tall you are, DJ Groove. When he gets to me, Granddad covers my head with his hand. There's my Kai, he says. Hi, Granddad, I say. No nickname yet, but I'm going to show him what I got on the dance floor. On the day of the wedding, Auntie Nina looks beautiful in her wedding dress, and my new Uncle Troy looks cool in his suit. DJ and I have to wear bow ties, which are annoying, but everyone tells us how handsome we are. After the ceremony, we take millions of pictures until it's finally time to head to the reception hall. I hear music playing before we even go inside, and my stomach starts flipping.
I've had those stomachs before, like that, flip like that.
Uh-huh. Granddad's the first to get on the dance floor, and lots of dancing Donovans follow him. I'm stuck in my chair watching the crowd. Then it happens. The song comes on. It's time, y'all, says the DJ on the mic. Time for the electric slide. Everybody up. And now's my chance. But what if I mess up? What if I fall again? I get up and sneak out of the reception hall. Maybe I'll hide outside until the song's over.
Oh, he's scared. Too afraid. Is he gonna do it?
It's a good plan until someone taps me on the shoulder. What's up, nephew? I turn around and see my Uncle Troy. That's the groom. Nothing, I tell him. I'm just hanging out. That's funny. I hear you're a pretty good dancer, Uncle Troy says. He points back into the reception hall. So you should be in there. I give Uncle Troy a look. He must not have seen me dance before. Maybe you can teach me your moves, Uncle Troy says with a grin. For real? I ask. For real, he says. I'm a little nervous. I hear your granddad gives out nicknames and I want to make sure I get a good one. Me too, I tell him. Well, let's go get it, Uncle Troy says. He holds out his fist and I bump it with mine. We walk right into the middle of the dance floor and take spots in the line. Right, right, left, left, 2 steps back to the front. Now what? I freeze, thinking I'm about to mess up, but then I see everyone around me smiling, not caring if they miss a step or two. So I spin like DJ, dip like Mila, and wiggle my shoulders just like me. There's no tripping, no falling, no missing a beat. We spend another day with our family, and Granddad doesn't say a word about my nickname until we're about to start the long drive home. All right, Lil Slide, he says. Is that my dance nickname, I asked. Sure is, he says. You put something mean on that dance, Kai, just like a Donovan. For the whole car ride, I can't stop grinning. I don't need DJ's phone to watch dance videos anymore. In my mind, I just replay the video of me, Lil Slide, tearing it up on the dance floor.
Wow, that was a wonderful story. I really enjoyed it. So what did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was a great story too. It just goes to show how just having people behind you, your family trying to help you out, accept their help, and their compliments, and don't worry about failures, because that's just part of learning some kind of an art. And in this case, it was dancing, and his whole family seemed to have talent with dancing. So that's why I think he was so wanting to do well. because he didn't want to be the one that was worse than and couldn't dance or couldn't do it right or be a disappointment.
Yeah,
and they built up his self-confidence. I like that about the book, how his family stood behind him and came along to cheer him up and tell him, well, you're doing better and keep on. So he did, and so he finally caught on to the dance, and I suppose for the rest of his life he'll be dancing.
Yep, he'll feel good. What I thought was interesting is he just didn't give up. And he had a lot of ideas. Like he asked his sister, they asked to show him how, and he offered to do the dishes. You know, that's a pretty big thing to offer to do the dishes for a week. And she said, oh, how about two? But, and then his brother, like you said, his brother said, well, you got to get some sauce. You know, you got to get, and he gave him some lessons on how to get that sauce, and they all, like you said, and his the groom took time. I mean, he had a room full of people, and it was important enough for him to see his nephew and talk to his nephew and say, oh, you know, like you said, I heard you can dance. So yeah, they were all behind him, but it wasn't, but he also made up his mind, and he was looking at videos, and I mean, he was doing a lot of work, trying to think of what he could do to learn something, to learn how to dance. And so that's very inspiring. You just gotta ask for help. You come up with your own ideas. You don't expect other people to just do it for you. And then there's a courage. You have courage to say, hey, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do it. You know?
Yeah, the worst thing a person could do is think that they're going to fail, and if people think they're going to fail and don't try, they will fail.
Yeah, you'll fail for sure if you don't try. That's for sure. So yeah, okay. So let's so read the next story, and I'm gonna. So what is the next story, Grandma Janet?
The next one is Shush, the baby's asleep. It's by JaNay Brownwood and illustrated by Alessandra. Alessandra, I'm not sure which pronunciation it is. Now don't make a peep. The baby's finally asleep. Mom creeps to the door and hears sounds from the floor. Shush, the baby's asleep. Creak, creak, creak. Daddy's loud belly wants PB and jelly. Grumble, grumble, grumble. He's making a lot of noise just for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that's for sure. Shush, the baby's asleep. Did you want me to start over?
No, that's good. So what did you
So anyway, I got to this point, and that now we've got Grammy's new shirt is covered in dirt.
Oh.
Swish, swish, swish. Shh, the baby's asleep. Pop, Pop's red nose just needs some good blows.
Achoo, achoo, achoo.
Shush, the baby's asleep. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Shay's hair's still wet. Her curls haven't set. Whirl, whirl, whirl. She's got the electric
Washing machine,
yeah. Her hair's wet. She's just in the shower, and she's trying to dry off. She's trying to dry off her hair.
Blow dry her hair.
Yeah, blow dry. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Shay's hair is still wet. Her curls haven't set. Shush, the baby's asleep. Dante's toy truck needs his wheels unstuck. Bang, bang, bang. Shush, the baby's asleep.
Don't realize how many noisy things you do until you're trying to be quiet.
Oh, Rover's big jowls are due for some howls. Shush, the baby's asleep. And what's that? Oh no, Mr. Young starts to mow. Room, room, room. Gosh, the baby's asleep.
Everybody's doing all this noisy stuff.
Uh-oh. The dog's running through the house, and he's got a toy truck, and he's making all kinds of noise and racket. And they just can't win there, can they?
No, even the dog's into it.
Wow, wow, wow. That baby's wildly crying. I probably really loud too.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Based on how big those letters are.
Still crying. All these uproars while the poor baby snores. Now the baby's awake, for goodness sake.
Probably got too quiet.
You know what we need? A good book to read.
I agree with that one.
Now, don't make a peep. We'll have to see how that ends here, if we can find it. Now, don't make a peep so the family can sleep. They're just hoping the baby won't be crying for a little while.
Oh, that's so fun.
That's it.
Yeah. So what did you think of that story? What did you like about the story?
Oh, I'd have to think about that. I just think it just goes to show what so many people have to go through, you know, when there's a baby. Yeah. And everybody has to be so careful and do everything right, and they can't make a lot of noise, and they only have certain times when it's quiet. That's when they put the baby to sleep, but otherwise it's just constant.
Yeah, people make noise where they're awake. Yeah. And then I like the ending where it says, oh, shh, you know, everybody else is they work so hard to try to keep everybody quiet and not make any noise. They work so hard at doing that so the baby could sleep that they got exhausted and they fell asleep.
Yep. And I can see why.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think do the books have anything in common? How were they alike, or how were they different? Or what do you think?
Oh, I think the first book talked about the boy with the lack of self-confidence. He didn't think he was up to going out and dancing and being and getting his own nickname from his grandpa and all that, and he felt inferior. He just felt like he wasn't up to it. And as far as these children, they have to kind of let go of what they want to do during the day, so that the baby can sleep. There's certain times when the baby is asleep and certain times when he's awake, and they just have to learn to give up the time they would have spent just doing what they wanted to do, and being quiet and letting the baby sleep.
So it's kind of the opposite. One kid is trying to figure out what to do to to learn how to dance and increase his confidence, and so it's all about him. And then the second one was kind of the opposite. It's all about the baby, what the baby needed.
Yeah,
work around the baby.
Right. It's about family and trying to keep your sanity when things are all havoc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out. They're both about family, aren't they? That's how they're the same. They're both about family, what the family needs to do to work together. So, well, thank you so much, Grandma Janet, for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
And the one was to me, the second one was just fun. It was just it was just funny, and the first one was sort of inspiring. What you can do if you set your mind to do something, you can.
That's right. Never admit and never tell yourself that you can't do it. And he tried, and he worked hard at it too. He didn't just, do a few dance steps and say, "Oh, I'm no good," I'm not going to bother. He kept on.
Yeah, and he had a lot of ideas. He had a lot of ideas how to make it happen. I liked him watching where he was watching the videos of people dancing. So that was a good idea too, to see what kind of moves other people have, trying it out himself. Okay, so we will return again next week, and our grandma reads a story at 3:30. So thanks again.
You're very welcome. Nice being here.
Goodbye.
Bye.